Bro, we going live.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
The sophisticated, smooth operator.
Unless you forget your manners.
Podcaster extraordinaire.
We are the Grizzly.
We don't play games, we don't sugarcoat. If you can't take it, you shouldn't have never walked through the door. Grizzly maulings take place weekly. And as long as you keep it sophisticated, you won't be the next victim.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the Sophisticated Grizzly. Up on screen, we got the mass creator, Mr. JB. We got Miss J, and we got my man Bass. And y'all, I should not have to explain what we talking about tonight. And if you don't understand what we talking about tonight, I'm gonna give a little bit of a synopsis. Who is the worst villain in cinematic history when it comes to ladies? Now, of course, if you looked at the poster, you know exactly who I'm talking about. Is it Florida Evans from Good Times? Because she is a villain. Is it Adrian from Rocky Balboa? Because that is a motherfucking villain. Or is it Jenny from Forrest Gump? Because that's the goddamn villain.
Janae.
It was Janae.
It was Janae?
It was
I don't
Janae.
know. Because I got some people up here that would like to break this shit down just a little bit. See, I only got 3 videos tonight, but I feel like just these 3 videos is going to give us enough of what we need to make the determination on who. As a matter of fact, this is not one of the ABC Council, but we'll be abolishing one of these villains tonight. We got Miss Sheila up in there. Miss Sheila,
baby.
Hey, Boosie.
What's going on? And Miss Sheila, we need you to chime in on this too, because after I play all this evidence, because I got some evidence, so Bass, you should appreciate this. I actually got some evidence to show that these ladies are villains, and y'all determine which one of these villains get abolished tonight. So the first one that I want to bring up to the screen and bring her up to the front of the court, that would be Miss Florida. No. Let me just start with. I'm gonna start with Adrian. And here's why I say Adrian is a villain. Adrian Balboa. If you've seen her, she ain't much to look at. She was regular and plain as hell. And whenever Rocky glowed up, she glowed up. But no matter how much that man got the glow up, she could never support him fully. How can you say that a woman is a great wife when she says some shit like this?
You can't go with what you are. Have you read the papers? Do you know what everybody says? It's suicide. You've seen him. You know how strong he is. You can't win.
Adrian always tells the truth. No, maybe I can't win. Maybe the only thing I can do is just take everything he's got. But the baby, he's gonna have to kill me. And to kill me, he's gonna have the heart to stand in front of me. And to do that, he's gotta be willing to die himself. I don't know if he's ready to do that.
I love me some fucking Rocky, boy.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, one of the greatest films in cinematic history.
You ain't lying.
The Rocky series. But that doesn't stop the fact that that's a whole ass, trap ass, raggedy ass wife.
No, hell no, no.
She
no.
ain't shit.
She loved that dude, man. No.
Loved him, bruh.
She loved it. She
She
loved
loved
Rocky.
that
Yeah.
he could take care of her ass.
She died.
Oh no, I can't let you. I can't let you put her name like that. No, sir.
I gotta
No.
do it. I got it.
No.
First of all, how would you react if your wife says you're a boxer? This is your profession. You are the world heavyweight champion, meaning you've won quite a bit. Yeah, so you've faced all kinds of people in the ring. You faced some big ones, you faced some chubby ones, you probably faced some overly muscular ones, you probably faced some fast ones, and you knocked them all down. You beat them all. And then you get to this one dude from Russia that killed your friend who was already old, mind you. He was already past his prime, which means he probably shouldn't have been fighting in the first place. Forgive me, Apollo Creed. We love you, Mr. Carl Weathers. But how would you be able to look her in the face knowing you're the world's champion? You're the best boxer in the world. And for her to tell you that you can't win, you ain't good enough.
She loves Rocky.
Uh-huh.
I would rather have a woman in my corner that says, baby, I love you. That's a big Russian motherfucker. He's worse than Putin. He gonna knock your fucking socks off. Or you have another woman on the other side saying, baby, get that money.
No. Or a
somebody
woman
gonna
on the
say,
other side that says, baby, I've seen you and I believe in you. I believe in you.
Bring me that money. No, Adrian believed in Rocky.
I like option 3. I like Lady 3.
Adrian believed in Rocky. Adrian never
did.
told Rocky he was good enough to win. And she didn't think he could beat Apollo. She didn't think he could beat Clubber Lang. She didn't think he could. She was scared to death of the Russian.
But
She didn't think he could beat anybody that he beat.
Could it have been scared love?
We said JB.
Could it have been scared love?
I don't think she wanted him to happen to him. Yeah, I think she actually loved him.
She was
Here's
trying.
the thing.
So
She
scared
married a
of
boxer. Something gonna happen.
Yeah, she was so scared of what was going to happen to him that she let that affect how she believed in him.
Right.
So y'all gotta brush me up on this. I ain't seen this in a while. Was there ever a time where she actually was just like, "You got this, babe," like in his corner?
No.
Oh, she no, fuck that bitch. I'm on divorce.
But she was always afraid that he'd get hurt because she didn't want nothing to happen to him.
I get that, but
he married a boxer. He's a boxer.
I know, but
He's
that
gonna
don't
get
mean you can't be afraid he can't.
Right, you the
Yeah,
world.
but-
Which means you,
Okay.
like he said, he's won quite a few things. And at no point have you ever said, "You know what, babe? You done definitely proved that you can do this. I believe in you. I got you." If she ain't never do that, I need a divorce.
No,
I mean, somebody who has one of the biggest cheerleaders ever, who always supports me in everything I do. I see your side. But in a movie of that cinematic quality,
right.
and watching her in the first few Rocky movies, she was scared for his life.
Right.
Exactly.
Which now here's the thing.
Which
I can
caused her
understand
to
that.
come out on all of his shit.
Yeah. But that's the thing. I can understand her being afraid for his life. But then here's the thing. You married a boxer, which means that he's going to get hit a whole goddamn lot, which means at some point you got to believe. First of all, every time you watch him fight, he's fucking him up. You got to at some point believe, well, you know what? He might be pretty fucking good. I mean, he is the world champion. The world's heavyweight champion. Like the top guy.
Yeah, but let's look at it the other way. How many of them fights did Rocky not get his ass beat?
Oh, he got fucked
up. Say it again, JB. Say it again, JB.
Fucked up in every fight, and that would make her afraid for what was going to happen. Because although he won, he came out the ring.
Well, actually, wait a minute. No, he did that with Apollo. The first fight with Clubber Lang, he lived up to his name. He clubbed his ass. But the second fight, so here's the thing. I could understand with Apollo, I really couldn't understand because my thing about it is Apollo was the world's heavyweight champion. He's getting an opportunity. Sometimes you got to believe in your man. Yeah, it's his first heavyweight championship fight, but you did watch him you did watch him go toe to toe with the champ in the previous fight. So you watched him do it. So you know he's good enough to be in the ring with him. So when we got to the next time that the two of them fight, you couldn't at least have a little bit of belief in him that he might be able to win. Now with the Clubber Lang one, yeah, you lost you lost that fight, and you lost Mickey at the same time. And so you, as a fighter, now base, you're a competitive person. If you're in a situation where you're playing baseball, basketball, football, you ain't happy with an L. Ain't nobody that's competitive happy taking an L. And if you're a boxer, it's a whole different level. And so he's now at a point where he got to get his lick back from Clubber. Now, had he lost that second fight, okay, yeah, you ain't good enough. Clubber Lang's the champion. But he got into the second fight. Adrian did not believe in him at all. And like JB said, scared and whatever. I understand fear, but at some point, trust your man. He's in the ring. He's the one getting thrown punches at. You got to trust that he know what he's doing.
Yeah,
you got to trust it.
No. You know what? I put myself. I'm gonna put myself in that example. Here I am going to the police department. Something that I did not plan. I come home to get ready for my first night of patrol. Somebody's in my house with a sawed-off shotgun. My wife, 7 months pregnant with my daughter. The only experience that my wife has with police work was her brother was a cop. She was never police. So I called myself going into my townhouse to get ready for my first night of patrol. I didn't know that somebody could be at the front door with a sawed-off shotgun. I get 2 shots to the back of the head. When the dust, my wife asked me, she says, honey, are you sure you want to do this? Now, I'm looking at this woman who's clearly pregnant with my daughter, and she's got her own trauma she's dealing with, but on the same time, she's dealing with her brand new husband, getting ready to start a new career like no other. She has an idea what I do, what I'm going to be doing for a living, but she can't put herself in those shoes. So she's terrified for me. She's also terrified for herself because she's going through a pregnancy.
Right.
She says something to me. I'll never forget. She says, do you still want to do that job? And for some strange reason, I told her yes.
Now,
like Adrian and Rocky, Adrian did not. She was scared for Rocky, but she didn't give up on him. She could have walked away, but she loved him. She was worried about him.
Walked away with it, baby.
She didn't walk away from Rocky. She did not walk away from him. She was terrified, but she stayed by his side.
She stayed by his side because there wasn't nowhere else for her to go.
No, that's not true. That's not. She could have went to her mother's. No.
Mama was dead, and she had an abusive ass brother. Her brother was abusive.
But she still could have walked away, but she stayed with him.
She's like that lifestyle that's being provided behind them black guys and
because remember, they was rich at that point. Now she stuck with him.
They weren't rich from the beginning.
No, they weren't rich from the beginning, and she stayed with him through that. But then when he got rich, it was,
got him his coins, and she's like, okay, at that point, she's like, you know what? I am scared for you, babe. Be safe, but at the same time, I know you got it. She ain't never say, babe, go. She never
cheered him on, bro. She never cheered him on. But you know what, Base? I understand where you're coming from, because like the example that you gave was perfect. But at that point, even though your wife was afraid, did you feel that from her? Did she ever tell you gonna go out there and get killed today?
No, but I remember one night I'm working patrol. Right? We didn't have no cell phones back in the day. I had a pager, so I remember calling her on. I went to a payphone and called her to make sure her and my baby was all right, and she answered the phone. So what I did was I sent patrol to the house to check on him. She was terrified that something else happened to me. So once I got on the phone with her, she dialed me now. She pays me 911, and she said, "Are you okay?" I said, "I'm good. I was worried about you and Dominique." She said she was mad at me. She says, "You know that we just went through you being shot. You send the police to the house. I'm thinking that something happened to you again." I said, "No, I was worried about you and our baby." She said, "Please don't do that again. You scared the shit out of me. I thought you got hurt again."
Yeah.
I said, "No, I'm good." But the thing is, she never. And I remember she took me to my mother's after the shooting went down. But the way I was laying in the bed, all the fluid went up in my head. You ever see the movie The Elephant Man?
Yeah.
Well, the fluid. Can you imagine that? My eyes are bulging out, my cheeks are bulging out. I look like the Elephant Man. Everything was, all the liquid in my body went up into my head. So when she took me to see my mother didn't recognize me, and she was scared. And my wife became offended because my mother, I tried to hug her, and I looked like some kind of monster. She backed away from me.
Right.
My wife stood by my side during that entire ordeal.
Yes, she did. And now here's the thing. When you went back to work, did you ever feel like she didn't believe in you? Did you ever feel like that? She may have been feared for your life, but did you ever feel like she didn't believe in you? Did you ever feel like she was like, you're a loser, you can't do this? Why would you go do this? You need to find something else to do. Did she ever make you feel that?
No, I'm not gonna say she didn't believe in me. I'm gonna say she was scared for me.
Of course. I mean, shit, you can be scared for me going to my job every day. And my job is I sit on my ass, but if I fall out the chair, hit my head, I'm a dead man. So it can happen.
Yeah, but it's a little different. But it's a little different.
Very unlikely.
I can walk down that alley and somebody could be at the corner with a gun and blow my brains out.
But you always felt support from your wife. Did she not believe? She didn't believe in you.
I'm not. I didn't get all of that support all the time. No.
Yeah, but I mean, did she ever say the words, "You can't do this. You're not good enough"?
She didn't say the words, but she was supportive to a certain degree. After the dust settled and I'm back to work, I would, I would come home with things that bothered me, especially something happened to a child or an elderly person. But it got to a point where I couldn't share it with her because she kind of closed it off. I don't want to hear no more of this.
Right.
I don't want to hear it.
Now,
so she supported me to a certain degree. Yeah.
So you remember how that made you feel, though, right?
Yeah.
So you remember how that. Now think about had she said the words, "You are not good enough to do this job. You need to leave that job because you're just not good at this. You're always complaining about it. You're always whining about. You can't do it. You're just not good enough to do it." Had she said some shit like that to you, how would you look at her?
She didn't say it, but sometimes her actions showed it.
Her actions showed it, but Adrian said them words. She said the words.
I think Adrian was scared for Rocky. She was scared for him.
Okay. Now, so the fear makes her not believe that he can win.
I'm not going to say. I'm not going to. From what I saw in the movie, I'm not going to say she didn't believe in him. I'm going to say that she was afraid for him.
Well,
because you and I both know in boxing, you can get hit the wrong way and you can die.
Oh yeah.
So
Adrian,
you can
get hit the wrong way in boxing, football. Hell, you can get hit with a ball in baseball and die. You can get hit. You can fall the wrong way on a basketball court, and that's your ass.
Right. But we also know that there were boxers that were killed in the ring.
Yeah, there are boxers right now who really had brain damage from boxing. You know what I mean? But that's the thing. When you decide to marry that man, be with that man, you accept the same life that you already know that he's living. Here's the thing, like you said, they can walk away. So when you stay, you accept the life that comes with it. You accept it. You were telling him, I accept the fact that you're a boxer. Because if you don't, you can, like you said earlier, she could have walked away. Right?
She could have walked away, but she loved him.
Of course,
she loved him. And that love was strong.
Did she love him or his money?
Huh?
Did she love him or his money?
I think she loved him. The money was a byproduct of his becoming famous.
Yeah, becoming a champion.
I don't know. She didn't like him fighting, so it's like, well, that's how we getting this money.
But Adrian wasn't flashy or nothing. Like she was.
Yeah, she was not flashy. And
she was still plain. She was still plain Jane. She ain't want no diamonds. She didn't want no furs. She just wanted Rocky.
Okay, that's cool.
She loved him.
I just want you, Rocky.
At some point, you gotta be like, you know what? He improved in me on 85 different occasions that he got this. You know what? Babe, I'm ringside. He
was whipping ass as the champion. And then when he came across Clubber Lang, now we both know Mickey was kind of like, he was padding them fights. So he wasn't putting him in the ring with people like Lang. But then when he started training with Apollo, that's when he became, you know, became the Rocky that we knew. That's how I knew he could beat the damn Russian. Because after he started training with Apollo and got that footwork, my man became dangerous. Can you read Mrs. Sheila's remarks, JB?
Adrian bit off more than she could chew when she fell in love with a boxer. She was scared. Her delivery was all wrong. She thought that was her way of supporting him.
Oh, okay.
Well, maybe,
Okay.
maybe she supported him the best way she knew how.
And you know what, Base? I can definitely support. I can get behind. That's the best way that she knew how. But that wouldn't have worked for me because the first time you say you can't win, well, you can't live here. Get the fuck out. Because I've been winning. I've been winning. This mansion you're living in shows that I can win. You're at the top of the steps of a mansion. It's telling me I can't win.
But Grizz, you also got to understand too that as his career progressed, the boxers that he was facing, I mean, what's his name? Dolph Lundgren. He was the toughest one.
He was and here's the thing, they beat the shit out of each other. But
yes,
Rocky
they did.
won.
Yes, they did.
Now, don't get me wrong. Rocky lost at the end because he lost his marbles. He got his brains knocked loose. You know, but of course, he won the fight.
You know what, man? You know what? With this conversation, you're gonna make me watch Rocky all over again.
You gotta watch it again.
You know I got all of them.
You gotta watch it, man. Watch it again. But so we're not gonna make a determination just yet. So everybody's in different places when it comes to what Adrian is in the villain genre. And Miss Shauna has come into the building. Miss Shauna, what's going on? Welcome to the Grizzly, Miss Shauna. We're trying to figure out who is the real villain. Who's the villain? The worst cinematic villain, the worst female cinematic villain. We started with Adrian, and we started with a hot button subject because Base is defending Adrian tooth and nail all the way down the line. So and I love that. I love to have that different thought process. I love the fact that JB is coming with a lot of different points. Me and Jay kind of feeling kind of the same way. You horrible. Get the hell up out. But she needed
to
support
me at some time. Like, you just not gonna yell, I can't, and I'm proving you that I can't. I did. And you're still like, I can't. Like, wait, pause.
But the day after those fights, she was the one taking care of them.
That's right.
No, that was the hospital. That was the hospital.
That's okay.
Well, that tells you why she was scared. He was always going to the hospital after the fight.
That's right.
But that's the thing. But like Base said in the beginning, and then we're gonna move on to the next one. But like Base said in the beginning, she could have left. She knew she was with a boxer. He's gonna box. He's gonna fight. That's how you. First of all, like I say, and this is the part that always drove me crazy. And like I said, we're gonna go to the next one. You telling this man you can't win at the top of the steps of the mansion that he bought from winning.
Because she was
afraid. That's a big ass mansion you living in, man.
But like, you see me winning. I can see we don't live in a shack. We're not living in a shack with one toilet. We got an outhouse. You know, we got to dig that hole every so often to dig a little bit deeper. That's not where we at. And you telling me now, you told me that. All right, I get it. But we now I've proven that I can win. I've proven that I have put myself into it. I have proven that I am dedicated to this. I am focused. So when are you going to be like, you know what, guys? You got it.
I'm the best in the world, baby.
I mean, I'm so afraid.
Wait a minute. Here's the key. She said that shit when they were living in the 1-bedroom apartment.
What?
Her story never changed.
That's right.
Don't fight him, Rockies. He's gonna hurt you. That was in the 1-bedroom apartment.
Well, I didn't prove to you that.
Then when they got the nice house, she was like, "He's gonna kill you, Rocky." She was
never changed. You know what? Thank you, JB.
She didn't change her message, but my thing about it is, why did it not change? Because he kept winning. He didn't lose. He kept winning.
But Grizz, you also got to understand that the boxers that he was going up against were getting bigger, better, and stronger. And Adrian saw that. He saw that big Russian dude. She said, "Oh hell no, I don't want you hurt."
But here's the thing, bro. That's
JB.
That's the gig.
JB hit it on the head.
Right.
Adrian was afraid when Rocky had nothing. And
Yeah.
as he
She
acquired
was
wealth,
always afraid.
he was
But see-
still afraid.
So here's the thing. My thing is, when Rocky had nothing, I could understand her fear. But after watching my husband win several fights become the champion and stay the champion, why are you still afraid? You should be more afraid for the guys whose ass I'm whipping.
No, but Grizz, look at the fights.
Whooping their asses.
They weren't clear. They weren't clear wins. Rocky got his ass rocked.
My
But he
man
still
fought
won.
200 times, and of 200 times,
Rocky
he lost
never
3.
won a fight pretty.
Thank you,
No,
thank you, JB.
But here's
Thank
you know what?
JB.
Yeah, I will. You know what? I'm gonna land that plane right there with that. He never been pretty winning the fight. He was always fucked up. He got his ass whipped. He looked like Martin from that episode when Tommy Hearns.
I don't want to fight no more. I don't want to fight no more.
Even the worst fight Mike Tyson had when he lost to Buster Douglas, he did not look ugly. He
not
just
like
looked-
Rocky. He ain't look like Rocky.
No.
Hey, JB.
But you know
JB,
they always
hey, JB,
overemphasize the Rocky fight.
Now, JB. Now, didn't Rocky's fights didn't they seem more realistic because they weren't easy wins?
And there would be more the reason why I would want to support
to
him and
some
give him
extent.
that I believe in you.
To some extent, yes, you're right. But being from a family of boxers, I've seen a winner and a loser, and you can tell just by them standing next to each other.
Yeah,
because my nephew's a pretty good looking dude, and when he be finished putting them knots on that guy's head, he'll be standing there and he might have a little bruise under his chin from catching the glove strings or whatever. But the other boy looked like he been in a fight.
Yeah, but look at Rocky though.
Yeah,
Rocky got his ass. Rocky got his ass kicked.
That's why I said you got partially. Yeah, it seems like it was a more fair fight. But one thing they did in Rocky movies that always sort of made me go, "This is bullshit," is where they trade blows.
Right.
Boom! I hit you. Boom! I hit you. Boom! I hit you. Boom!
But you know what? That was, of course, we all know that was from. That's why it's not.
Yeah, but didn't that happen in Muhammad Ali fights where he got a punch, the other guy got a punch, and he kept coming back?
Ain't nobody hit Muhammad.
But what I'm saying,
there wasn't too many people hitting Ali.
We're like you getting clubbed, and then the next person it's their turn to club you. Like
because they made them punches sound like they was killing you.
Yeah.
Them punches sound like gunshots on Rocky movies. That's why they were so. Yeah, what's up, bro?
You are. I don't want to say that. Don't take us the wrong way, but you are the podcast master because you coming with some ingenious shit, man.
it's something that I'm telling you, it's something to think about. But now we can go a little deeper down the rabbit hole. Everybody, tell me what you think about this man and what he says about Jenny from Forrest.
Jenny gives Forrest his first and then is surprised that he is obsessing over her. He shows up in her time of need at the club. Bouncers aren't doing shit. He saves her. She's pissed off and literally leaves him on the side of the road. Finally reuniting after he served his country and almost died, she gets hit by her boyfriend. He defends her. She still gets mad. Then after a nice night, she takes her old boyfriend Wesley back and leaves Forrest once again. Then she comes back, gets his hope up again, turns down his proposal, then takes his virginity, leaves the next morning, has his kid without telling him for 4 years, completely surprises him, and then fucking dies on him after they get married.
Why would you keep him from him so long? That's fucking evil, dude.
And then all the thoughts run through his head of like, is he smart?
Yeah.
Like that's such a powerful moment that you just threw on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's your son.
Yep.
What a way to do it. Oh, I just got home from work and I'm kind of a mess. And oh, there he is. Yep. And yep, you can, go watch TV. It's your kid. And by the way, I'm dying. And I have.
And now I want to marry you.
Yeah.
So pay for my funeral. I don't have any money. I owe a lot of people money. And here's your son. So make sure you can take care of him.
Yep.
I can't call her a villain. No.
That's the best way to doing it. She was a user.
She was a user. She was a user.
I don't know about this. I don't know.
Jenny was never, ever, ever.
You know what it
genuine
is,
with
JB.
Forrest until she was dying.
JB, I am an old romantic, and I don't think that there's any such thing as a perfect love. So I can't say
she was.
You think that was love at all?
She
You
was
think there
the
was any
most
love there at all?
imperfect lover of all time.
Do you think she loved Forrest based like in real time? But before we go any further, Miss Shauna, we're gonna get to comic book villains at some point. I promise you. But yeah, Dark Phoenix. I don't see Jean Grey as a villain. I personally didn't see her as a villain, but that's just me.
No.
But in all honesty, Jenny is the absolute base. She is the equivalent of the girls that we see nowadays. She's just like the girls that we be complaining about in the dating game nowadays. She's the cheat code. She's the beginning of it. She's literally the start of this bullshit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Friend zoning and then putting her grief on other men and expecting them
getting
to
your ass beat and then getting mad at the man that defended you for whipping that from the guy beating your ass. And oh, by the way, I'm going to spend some time with you and then leave you for the man that just beat my ass.
That's why he's
Don't get me wrong, I love Forrest Gump too. I do, but Jenny was a piece of shit.
No, I just don't see that. What I see is she didn't.
She did not love him. Forrest would have went to the end of the world for her, and she got mad because he defended her honor. Like, you're being harassed and so on and so forth. And he came to your rescue, and you was like, "Why you do that?" Wait, what?
Twice.
That's the ultimate friend zoning ever in the history of cinema.
Yeah, and now that nobody else want her because she's dying, now I'll marry you. Nobody else wants her because she's dying, so now I'll marry you.
You done fucked off on this dude. Now you got AIDS, and you want to come back with a son too? Like, fuck out of here. Go ahead.
No, it was his son, though.
I know. You didn't had a kid. You done fucked off. Now you got a virus you can't get rid of, and now you dying. It's just like, oh, Forrest, I love you.
Yeah, but should he give up on her? He loved her. He loved her.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Don't you wait.
At some point, self-respect has to come into play. Now, Forrest had a mental illness. Now, Forrest, she knew he had, and how evil was that? She knew he had a mental illness. She knew it. She played on that mental illness like a fiddle, bro.
But the thing is, he loved her.
Because she knew his situation, it made her a
Forrest
piece of
loved
shit.
the first time he got a nut, bro. That's what Forrest loved.
He loved
her since they were kids.
He loved her since they were kids. No.
But at some point, you have to have
self-respect.
I see it, bro. I don't know why it's doing that, because maybe I'm moving around too much. Background's too busy.
Or maybe you're talking shit about Forrest Gump.
Oh no, I'm talking shit about Jenny. I love Forrest. But my thing about it is all right, let me break it down real quick, Base. Just from my analogy. Okay. Forrest loved Jenny purely. He had a pure, unfiltered love for Jenny.
Mm-hmm.
Jenny did not love Forrest. Jenny loved what Forrest would do for her, but she did not love him just because of who he was. She loved what he could do. Because think about it, in each and every moment that she came back in his life, it was when he accomplished something more, when he became a millionaire, when he finished the military. Every time she came back into his life, he had a glow up and she was fucked up. Every time she came back, it was when her life was in shambles and he was at the top peak of what he could possibly do in his life.
But
that's the only time she came back.
But she never asked him for anything.
She never what?
She never asked him for anything.
Not verbally.
Why come back? Why come back? Why, if you know you're not going to be with this, you know how he feels about you. You know it. There's no way you can't say you don't know how he feels about you.
You don't have to ask for anything, knowing that he's just going to do it regardless.
Maybe she loved him. Maybe she loved him in her own way.
Bullshit.
No, you cannot bet this one. No,
that's a Base. I'm gonna be honest with you. I got to cry. Hey, Base, hold on, man. I got to do it. You know, you my dog, bro. I love you to death, buddy.
A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
And
stop the cap. Stop the cap.
right now.
That's toxic at its finest.
That's just like
Bates.
that video that Grizzly showed us where the girl was talking about just because we dated the older men and the drug dealers when we was young and had their kids, and then we come back to you now that you done glowed up and got your millions and stuff, and you working for these companies. How can you say that we don't deserve to be with y'all?
Cause you don't.
Hey, I wanna introduce somebody to the group. I met this brother today, and we clicked.
All right, what's up, Double J? How
Brother
you doing, bro?
Jerry?
Hey everybody, how
Brother
y'all
Jerry,
doing?
this is my group. This is my Wednesday night gig. I love all these people. Everybody, Brother Jerry.
Yeah.
How's
What's
everybody
up,
doing?
man?
Another
We
Jerry?
doing all right, man. How you doing?
Oh, it's 2 Jerry's. Look at that.
We got two cool
TJs
Jerrys
on
in the
the
group.
team, man.
I just got one of
Yeah.
those frantic phone calls when your kids call you and say they need a hand, but when you walk in the room, you realize they needed a hand 15 minutes ago.
It happens. So, brother, you just coming in, so I'm gonna explain what's going on today.
Okay.
And base is defending the ladies, but I'm calling all three of these ladies villains. I'm saying that what's her name? Damn it, Adrian Balboa from Rocky Balboa is a villain. Jenny from Forrest Gump is a villain, and Florida Evans from Good Times is a villain. And so Base is defending, so he already defended Adrian, even though Adrian ain't never believed in Rocky and not one damn movie, not one damn moment.
Rocky. You're not gonna win.
Every fight he ever been in, she told him he can't win, and he keep winning. And then she tells him you can't win from the top of the mansion that he bought her, with the money from winning. Well, there's that. But then we got Jenny, who only came around Forrest when every time Forrest accomplished something. When he went into the military, had a great military record, here she come. When he went off and started Bubble Gump and all that and became rich, and even with the t-shirts that he started, here she come. She never came around him when he was in the middle of building. She only came around him whenever he was glowing up. And Base would say she never asked him for anything, but because she knew how Forrest was, in my opinion, she already knew he was going to give it. She never had to ask because she knew how much he loved her.
Right.
But do you think that in her own way, she loved him too?
In the Forrest Gump one, no.
Thank you.
With the Forrest Gump one, I would say, and this is something that I can personally relate to. Loving somebody is not always about compatibility. It's not about 50-50. Sometimes you just have the capacity to love somebody that you want to love. You could come across somebody that the world didn't love and appreciate, and you have the capacity to love that person.
There you go.
And sometimes love don't cost you nothing. It don't cost you nothing to smile or say something motivating and encouraging to a person.
Right.
And that makes a huge difference with some people because everybody doesn't have that support.
Right.
So
Adrian.
Yeah, and I didn't think nothing was wrong with that. I don't think there's nothing wrong with them type of relationships because it's not costing you anything. It's not stopping you from accomplishing what you got to accomplish.
Right.
From the outside looking in, people can say, oh, well, this person's not contributing nothing and this, that, and the third, but it's not their business.
That's true. But when you put it on cinematic film, you put it out there for us to see, But
at that point, it's a story and it's a fictional character.
Exactly. But it's like when I look, go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Can we say this? Jenny didn't know how to love.
We can say that. Now that I can walk with because she was abused.
No. I'm not making an excuse for her nasty ass because I'm just saying what I'm saying is that she just didn't have that natural instinct for love. She chased dreams.
Jerry, JB,
yeah.
I love you, but you're not gonna talk bad on Jenny. No, her name. No, you ain't gonna do it.
Jenny was a piece of trash.
You're not gonna talk bad on Jenny. No.
Hey, Base.
I'm
Jenny
sorry.
was a hoe.
Hey, hoes deserve love too.
No,
they do from the pimp.
Hey, Chris.
No.
Hey,
What's
Chris,
up, bro?
you're not gonna way back, but you will take all that back.
He just stood up.
That man up here rhyming and shit.
He
But,
gonna go.
hey.
Now you can come live with me. I have this big, beautiful house.
Right, as she's poor as hell and dying
Yeah.
from the horrible choices that she made in life.
Now
Which,
she want to say she
had
love
she
him.
made him the choice, she'd have been fine.
And he couldn't even get slutted out by Jenny yet, because at that point she was dying of AIDS.
There it is.
So
So now he
there
says she
wasn't even a physical relationship. He loved her to the core, and she used his love for her sustenance.
exactly.
Say it again.
Sorry, base. Jenny's
I'm
horrible.
sorry, Face.
Jenny's horrible. So here's the thing. So this next video I'm gonna play, like I said,
That is popcorn.
Is that your drink?
They gonna deal with y'all, yeah.
Oh, you want to see something?
Oh, my man got the what's that? Oh, okay. That's Thunderbolts Cup. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I went to see Sinners for the 4th time, and they had this can, and it was calling me. I was like, I want it.
Well, I got to go see Sinners again myself.
So you
I've
didn't
yet
see
to see
Thunderbolts?
Sinners.
You did not see that movie? You did not see that movie?
No.
This one, not yet.
Oh,
I've seen both.
Was it good?
I got to see it.
Thunderbolts was good. I'll be honest, I didn't watch it in the movie. I get a lot of stuff streamed at my house.
Yeah.
I get that because I
But,
I got Sinners on stream, and I
No.
do have Thunderbolts on stream.
I
But
watched
haven't-
Sinners twice.
I want to pay to see Sinners because I believe that
Yeah.
certain things
Yeah.
you don't bootleg.
Yeah,
Right.
you go
I
pay
agree.
that money.
I need to do it at home while I'm doing other stuff.
And in recent history, that's been anything that Ryan Coogler touched.
Exactly.
Show up in person and support that.
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
Yes. You
Well,
support that brother.
you know he almost a billionaire now.
I didn't know that.
And that's coming from black money.
That's
coming
coming
from
from
black
the
money.
fact that he takes percentages over revenue.
Right.
Yep.
And that's a smart move.
Yeah.
Because this last movie, they gave him like shekels to make this movie. LOL, Sheila. I know you laughing with that word, but and he took some deal he worked out, and the movie made billions, and he's getting closer and closer to being a
Crazy.
billionaire.
Yeah. And after 25 years, he owns the rights to the movie.
Right.
Yep.
He made that man, that brother's powerful. He's smart as hell, and I love it. I
Yeah.
love it.
Now they made a big deal out of that contract that he just did, but as he stated, this is not the first deal of this type.
No.
Other people have gotten that deal.
Martin Scorsese.
But now it's the issue because he's getting that deal, and he had the audacity to say, "Hey, give me the same deal you gave this person."
Right. And you know why? We already know why, because it's a brother. Because brothers ain't supposed to ask for that type of stuff. But guess what? My work is just as good and stands up just as strong as everybody else you gave that deal to. So you're not going to shortchange me because of the color of my skin, because I'm making you way too damn much money. And so everything I've ever touched is gold. I mean, we coming from Fruitvale Station all the way up to this right now. Everything I've ever touched was gold. So don't do it.
Do you know he's the first black director that has directed 4 $100 million movies?
So I said.
Now that's news. That's beautiful. That's amazing.
So he's the first one.
Yeah.
And you look at how well he's done these movies. How well these movies were filmed. The storyline script and that boy's phenomenal. That man, you know what? Not that boy. That man is phenomenal.
That's
I'm gonna see Sinners for number 5.
What's my name?
Oh, I'm gonna go see it again myself. Now, everybody, we about to move on to the next person coming up on the docket. Miss Florida Evans, bring your black ass to the front, ma'am, because I gotta give you the blues, because every time and here's the thing, just a little quick backstory. I hated Good Times because I ain't seen not a good time had on that damn show. Everything I looked at, all I had to do was turn around and see the same shit in my house. I didn't want to watch TV to watch broke shit. I could just turn around and see shit. I grew up with the broke shit. I wanted to see some other shit. That's why I love the Jeffersons, because Weezy supported her husband. But let me go ahead and show you a breakdown of how Florida was horrible. Here we go.
So I'm tired of everybody acting like Florida Evans was the best damn TV mama there was. She is not and never have been. Florida Evans is the worst black TV mom in history. Florida stopped them from doing so much. They could have been out the hood so much faster if it wasn't for that woman. Let's start off with the fact that, for one thing, she didn't believe that Jesus could be black. Every time James got a good job, if it wasn't the job that she wanted him to have, he had to not do it or quit. When James found that little cash that could have helped the family out for a few months, she made him give it back. As a matter of fact, every time something would happen where it looked like the family was going to move up a little bit, here she go again with the same old religious crap that was irrelevant to anything that was going on. When she got the commercial, so what if the if it had alcohol in it? What the hell that got to do with you? You living off of rations, you could barely pay your rent, and you mean tell me you care about if a drink got alcohol in it? Don't give it to kids then. But she didn't take the money because of some weird morality that she has. After all that, she married a man right after her husband died, ran off with him, and left a kid that was still in high school with his older two siblings and the neighbor. And then when she left, JJ had the room to grow in the business that he was doing. When he went into the advertising agency, he started doing real well for himself, started making money. As soon as she came back, over, looking for a job every day, broke Keith's leg. And it wasn't until the end where everybody decided that they wasn't going to listen to her no more and started making decisions for themselves that they got out of the ghetto. Argue with me on that. I'm telling you, the worst, Florida Evans was the worst black TV mom in history.
I don't agree. I do not.
In the base.
No.
I saw Base's face the whole time.
No, hell no.
Okay. Base, we would like to hear why. We would like to hear why.
That country bastard don't know what the hell he talking about.
Let me tell you something, Base. I'm sorry that I disagree with you on this because this is the truth. John Amos left the show because it was a horrible depiction of a black family. He could not stand how the black man was depicted on that show. And that's why John Amos left the show. That's why they killed him off. And you know why they were depicted that way? Because if you think about it, we've talked about it a million times on this podcast. Black men were being forced to leave their households because the women would get more money if the man wasn't there.
Bless you.
And the whole idea is that John Amos, the person, said, this is bullshit and I don't want to be a part of it because of my relationship. I wear the pants. I am the man. I do what's right. No matter, I mean, he was an alpha male in the way that he wanted to be portrayed, and they wanted to portray him as a cuckold, and he wasn't having it.
Yeah. Think about it. She made every decision for the house. Every time he tried to make a decision for the house, she vetoed it.
And they all kowtowed to her decision.
Right. Every time. She was the lead in the household. We saw James as the strong black husband, but if you really think about it, she was the leader of the household because they couldn't do nothing if she didn't approve of it. Nothing. Couldn't hang a picture, couldn't find money in the street. I mean, he found the money in the street. $5,000 could have helped them out, could have found some kind of way to flip it, however they needed to do, not illegally, but find a way to use it to do something else. Hell, even fund JJ's painting so they could probably make more money out of that. But instead of taking that $5,000, James You need to take it back. It's just wrong. Shut
Why
the
is he just
fuck
good
up.
and frustrating everybody?
Shut up. I was just waiting for him one day. Would you just shut up? I got this shit. I'm gonna do this. You be quiet. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of being broke because of you. Go ahead, Base.
You know what the problem with Good Times was?
What's that? Everything?
A Jewish man
wrote
the show.
Yes. And the thing about it is he wrote it so that she was.
Excuse me while I shake my popcorn.
Go and shake that thing, bro. I shouldn't have said that. Pause.
I was gonna say that
wild.
even like when you listen to these, the people that were on Good Times and like retrospectives and stuff like that, they all said that they had no idea what the black life and what black living was like.
Yeah.
And they had white people writing it and they didn't get it.
Right.
And the success of the show was basically because when it got a little bit too far to the left for them, they started changing the narrative by changing how they delivered the lines.
Right. And see what now I want everybody to understand one thing. This is in no way saying that Esther Roll wasn't a great person. Esther Roll was a wonderful woman.
She was
wonderful
an
amazing actress. So I would never. Now remember, I'm just talking about the characters that they played, not the people that played the characters. The woman that played Adrian, beautiful woman. The woman that played Jenny, beautiful woman. These are great people. These are good people. I'm talking about the characters that they played that was written for them. These are horrible goddamn women. These were honestly, Florida acted like a 10. And she's 2, maybe 2 and maybe 1.5. She was not. No, I dance your 0.5 shit. But Double J, please tell me what you think about this, brother. Do you think she's a villain? Double J, tell me what you think, brother. Do you think she's a villain?
When we come to Good Times,
yeah.
And I done heard what y'all said about the moderators, who the writers was, who the show was intended for, and this, that, and the third. And I agree with all of that. But when it comes to this one, not like Jenny and them, I would say that more so. Now, yes, she was the leader of that household, and we know the story in black families of, you go all the way back to buck breaking.
Yeah,
we know why the woman was looked at. They made the woman look like the strong person that had to protect the sons, so the sons wouldn't stand up and preach the power.
Right.
But in this case, I would go beyond her and the woman and just say, black people got too much damn religion. The religion and the morality, like, focus on what you got to focus on. Like, if this money is right here in our house right now, we need this money.
Go ahead, pay the rent.
We can pray about this. We can ask God for forgiveness, but we ain't gonna be hungry.
But you know what, Double J, let me jump in on that, because guess what? When James died and he got to heaven, and Jesus and him was standing there, and he was like, Jesus, why am I here? I don't understand this, bruh. Why did we have such a bad life? What do you mean? I sent y'all $5,000 and y'all dumbasses gave it back.
Yeah.
I showed you a real picture of me, and I was blessing you through the real picture of me, and you took it down.
I bless your kids with talent.
Yeah, because the whole idea is that the lifeboat is all about the lifeboat and the guy who fell out the lifeboat. Yeah. And the ship came and he said, "No, I'm waiting for Jesus." Then a tanker came by. "No, I'm waiting for Jesus," and he drowns. He get to heaven and Jesus, why'd you let me drown? He said, "I sent a tugboat and a tanker to pick your ass up, and you was waiting for me. So now you meeting me."
What they say, Jesus will provide. Jesus will provide.
Learn your religion, people. Learn your religion.
Yeah.
Signs, works, and wonders. That. You right on that, Jay. I gotta admit that I agree with you on that. You can, what they call it, you can tarry too long and miss your blessing.
Hey, JB, hold up, bro. Because Bass is in pain right now. Bass, I need to hear this rebuttal because you're shaking the hell out of that pot. You're turning it back into seeds. You turning the popcorn back. You shaking them shits back into seeds, bro. Tell us what you're thinking, bro.
This is fucking with my psyche.
Why, bro? Because honestly, because you're hearing the truth about Florida for the first time.
No, I'm not. I'm hearing your truth. No, I'm not hearing the truth.
No,
He
Lord,
wanted to smash Florida in that moo when she came out in that African moo.
You like that orange dress, didn't you?
She was a sexy bald head heifer. She was well put together. Call me,
and she would have and tell me something. She would have ruined your goddamn life as Florida Evans. You would have never made shit. You'd have never done shit, and you would have never been shit. The only time you'd have got any kind of money is if you went off somewhere, got in a car crash, and died. That's the only damn way you would have made it out. That's the only way James made it out. And then think about it.
Go to Alaska and work on the pipeline? Wasn't that what he was?
Yeah. And think about it. She left her son with her other 2 kids and ran off with another man.
You
That's
don't
not a
remember her
that's not a
getting
good-
married and leaving?
Just rolled out.
You know, Florida was a woman of principle.
Yeah.
I can't let you talk
principle.
about Florida. I can't do
Horrible
it.
principle.
Can't do it.
Yeah, horrible. You know what? What she should have done was went to school to become a principal, make some money, and bring that shit to the house. Shit. You wasn't doing a goddamn thing. You made nothing. You had a chance to make money off a commercial. Oh, there's alcohol in the drink. What if Michael drinks it? How about not letting your fucking kids drink, ma'am? There's that. I'm just saying, bro. It was so many examples of how she was horrible. Base, please get a popcorn to break. That poor popcorn
But
can't
guess
stand.
what?
It's bruised.
Base, we gonna let you off the hook. The Jeffersons was okay with us.
Yes, we love the Jeffersons because
The Jeffersons
now, if you want to talk about great wives, Wheezy supported that man all the way up to the top of the penthouse. Great wife.
And he was stupid as fuck, but she let him lead the family because one thing he did do, he knew how to make money.
Yeah, and she let him lead. She did not try to take the lead. George was the clear leader of the household, and look at that message. When you let that black man lead, you moving all the way up to the penthouse apartment in the sky. When the lady, when you let Florida lead, you down the pipeline.
Yeah, but you know what? But the difference between Good Times and the Jeffersons, Good Times was more realistic. When Good Times came out, I was living in the projects, and what I took out of Good Times was they didn't have a lot, but they had each other, and that's how it was with my mother and her 6 kids. We didn't have a lot, but we had each other. So that's what I took out of Good Times.
And you know what I took out of the Jeffersons? We didn't have a lot, but there's an opportunity to get more because I'm watching this black man grow from where he started, where we are, to actually owning all of these different laundromats and becoming a big time entrepreneur. So I needed to see an image of something other than what I was already living in. I was already living like Good Times. I wanted to move like the Jeffersons. And if I had to keep the mindset of Good Times, I would never have a damn thing. I wouldn't even have this podcast right now because I would just be working to survive instead of moving to thrive. But when I watched the Jeffersons, I watched him go from working to survive to thriving all the way up to the top of the mountain to where you could possibly go at, where they tell you as a black man that you're not supposed to be.
Yeah.
I know what I understand the beauty of the Jeffersons, but back during those times, that wasn't realistic life for black people.
It wasn't, but that's the thing.
Wasn't as growing up in the projects, that wasn't my reality.
But here's the
my
thing.
reality was
we talking about the reality.
My mother had to make a decision.
Yeah.
And we were so poor. My mother had to make a decision. Was the kids going to eat, or was my mother going to eat? Everybody wasn't eating.
Yeah, we had that life too. But see, the thing about it is do I want to see more of that on television? Do I want to see which way I can get out of that? Do I want to keep watching the reality of what I'm already living or the reality of what could possibly happen if I move in a different direction? You see, my thing about it is I can keep watching Boys in the Hood, or I could watch Higher Learning, because there's 2 different ways that black people live. Black people are not one monolithic thing. We don't have to just be hood folk. We can be rich folk. We can be aristocrats. We can be businessmen. As a matter of fact, I had one of the most powerful CEOs at one point. I can't talk about my job too much, but my CEO was powerful and dynamic when he was the CEO of the company. And so, and it was amazing to see a brother in that position. And it lets me and showed me that a black man could definitely do this. And so when I watch stuff like Good Times and I watched that situation, and like I said, it was a script that was written by people who didn't even understand our people, because they didn't even know that our people at that time were millionaires. They didn't even know that our people, even before they started writing the script, there were millionaires out there. There were people, black people that invented the alarm system that we know today. Black people that, Madam C.J. Walker, the very first black millionaire in the United States, inventing the straightening comb, things of that nature. So they didn't even pay attention to the fact that we had that ability. All the way over in Oklahoma and Black Wall Street, there were quite a few millionaires over there. So we had the ability, but when you put it on TV, that the only thing that you can be is in the South Side of Chicago ghetto and not being able to thrive. And every single time you try to do something outside of the thought process or the small-minded thinking of the matriarch of the house, then she's going to veto that, and you're going to stay in the same position all the time. Or you can watch The Partnership of the Jeffersons, where that was a possibility as well. You see, I was more so on the possibility of the Jeffersons as opposed to just watching what was going on in Good Times. Because think about it, Base. If I kept thinking that way, I wouldn't be right here doing this. If I kept thinking like that, if I kept moving like that, I would not be here doing this right now. There would not be a black billionaire in R. Kelly. Well, not R. Kelly. Damn, sorry about that. There would not be a black billionaire in people like Jay-Z. There would not be a black billionaire like Oprah. There wouldn't even, if they thought that way, if that's the way, and then Oprah's from Chicago. And so if they thought that way, if that's how they thought, if that's how they moved, then in all honesty, none of us will be able to strive and thrive today.
I agree with all of that. The name that keeps coming to mind for me is Reginald F. Lewis.
Yeah.
We on town.
Yep.
I didn't know that brother went to Dunbar.
Yep.
Reginald F. Lewis went to Dunbar. I didn't know that he acquired $1 billion company that nobody else would touch. But what made this man special was he knew more about that company that he was buying than the people who currently owned it. So he couldn't lose. So I look at, now I used to watch Good Times, and the benefit of Good Times, it was black faces on TV, and we didn't have enough representation.
Right. True.
And that was it. Yes.
Did it inspire us to reach and grow and achieve? No.
It, to me, in a way, it did, and I'm sorry to cut you off, because it told us that the more you looked at it and you saw they weren't prospering, it made you mad, and you were like, "I'm not gonna live like this." That's why I stopped watching. There's another way, because I knew my family started in the projects.
But that's your family. But the show that we watching, they didn't even get mad about it. They hugged and celebrated and rejoiced.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is they started in the ghetto, and they seemed to be trapped in the ghetto.
Yeah.
But I had a clear presence with my family where they started in the projects, Spring Street to be exact. And before I turned 1 year old, I was in a full 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. Boys had their rooms, girls had their rooms, mom and dad. So I never lived the same reality that my brothers and sisters lived. They remember the projects. They remember being there. I only have seen one picture of me ever taken with me and my dad, where he was holding me as a pre-1 year old in the projects, because they knew there was another way except for the projects.
Right.
And that's where I say, when you look at Good Times, it's like my father and mother would go, "We were there, but we ain't no more. Why are they still there?" Yeah. They won't let these people leave the projects.
Right.
You could have had JJ become a multi-millionaire artist who was doofy as hell, and his family could have moved with him, and they could have had an amazing show with him not being in the projects, but that wasn't where they wanted to see us. They wanted to see us there, not being able to escape the projects. That was what they wanted the picture to be. This is where you live, so you need to be happy there. And there's so much more life and so much more, incentive that they didn't show until the show was ending, and now everybody can get out. Come on.
Right. And
I watched the show because we were all watching the show, waiting for them to succeed. That was the biggest thing we wanted to happen with Good Times. We wanted them to get out.
Everybody, I just want to introduce you to Denise.
Hey, Denise.
Denise, how you doing? I think we got a little bit of an echo on Denise.
That's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, let me give me a second. 1 second. So when you come on to talk, I'm gonna unmute your mic. But while we're talking, I'll mute your mic so it won't be echo in the background. Okay. But you know what? Let's get your opinion first. So have you been listening?
I just got on.
Okay.
So we're talking about cinematic female villains that are unconventional. So we're talking about Jenny from Forrest Gump. We're talking about Adrian from Rocky. And we're talking about Florida Evans from Good Times. Which ones were the worst villains?
Florida Evans.
Yes.
Okay.
You
Florida
need to
Evans
make a video.
and Jenny.
Yes, definitely Jenny.
Okay. And not Adrian.
No, she got what she got what she wanted.
Oh, look at Bass Heat, boy. He's shaking that pop. The hell out that pop. Boy, that popcorn ain't gonna make it. You been shaking that damn popcorn.
Just eat it.
Y'all fucking with my psyche.
So in your opinion, is
I didn't hear you.
So in your opinion, is Jenny
a villain?
Yes.
Okay. And now Mace disagrees. He doesn't think any of these ladies are villains. Now we go ahead.
You said which one is close is more nearly a villain.
No,
Yeah,
they
what's
all
the
villains.
worst villain? All of them villains.
Jenny.
Look at baby. We love you, baby. It'll be okay.
It's gonna be all right, baby. I promise.
Done.
Man, we done drove this man to drink. Damn.
Is this a 2 Modelo night for you?
I'm about to go get some peanut butter whiskey, bro.
Ooh, Tennessee whiskey.
Y'all are really fucking with my psyche tonight.
But it's gonna be okay, bro, because I understand. Base, I understand you are the chivalrous one. You are the one that wants to look at the great side in all three of these ladies, but they're all terrible. Sorry, they're all horrible. Every last one of them. But the worst one. Now, if I was gonna have a vote on the worst one, in my opinion, going from the facts and evidence that we've already put up on screen, I have to agree with Miss Denise. It has to be Jenny. That woman is horrible. That is the absolute worst, nasty McNasty.
Opportunist. There was no love present. It was all about her getting what she needed from Forrest when she needed it.
That's it. That's all she. Now, Forrest loved her. Now we can't never deny that Forrest loved her, but she only loved what Forrest can do. So let me get Miss Denise back up. What'd you say?
She took advantage of him. I mean, he was intellectually slow, and she knew this. But she did befriend him. But then, she used him, and then she had a baby. She didn't tell him,
Mm-hmm.
and then introduces him to his son. Like, I mean, I want to spit on her. And spitting is like the worst thing you can do to somebody.
I like you, Denise.
Thank you.
So
But thank
everybody
God
welcome
there's
my
a
brother
real
Francisco
person.
into the building.
What's up, John? But thank God they weren't real people because the actors that portrayed them did their roles correctly. For us
Right.
to have that kind of venom about their performances, they were amazing actresses.
Oh hell yeah! Esther Roll, in my opinion, was one of the absolute best because I've seen her in other roles. So she was actually a highly accomplished actress. So she was amazing at what she did. And the part that she was the part she was given as Florida Evans doesn't depict her as a person. She was a whole completely different person from Florida Evans. But as Florida Evans, she was just terrible. Just a horrible mama. Just a horrible mama, a horrible wife. Just bad.
Why?
Oh, should I replay the video so that we can see
why?
Okay.
So I'm tired of everybody acting like Florida Evans was the best damn TV mama there was. She is not and never have been. Florida Evans is the worst black TV mom in history. Florida stopped them from doing so much. They could have been out the hood so much faster if it wasn't for that woman. Let's start off with the fact that, for one thing, she didn't believe that Jesus could be black. Every time James got a good job, if it wasn't the job that she wanted him to have, he had to not do it or quit. When James found that little cash that could have helped the family out for a few months, she made him give it back. As a matter of fact, every time something would happen where it looked like the family was going to move up a little bit, here she go again with the same old religious crap that was irrelevant to anything that was going on. When she got the commercial, so what if the if it had alcohol in it? What the hell that got to do with you? You living off of rations, you could barely pay your rent, and you mean tell me you care about if a drink got alcohol in it? Don't give it to kids then. But she didn't take the money because of some weird morality that she has. After all that, she married a man right after her husband died, ran off with him, and left a kid that was still in high school with his older two siblings and the neighbor. And then when she left, JJ had the room to grow in the business that he was doing. When he went into the advertising agency, he started doing real well for himself, started making money. As soon as she came back, over, looking for a job every day, broke Keith's leg. And it wasn't until the end where everybody decided that they wasn't going to listen to her no more and started making decisions for themselves that they got out of the ghetto. Argue with me on that. I'm telling you, the worst, Florida Evans was the worst black TV mom in history.
Got the boy running around too.
Double J got a set up. I appreciate you coming, brother.
Yeah, it was good meeting everybody.
All right, man.
Typically, how long do y'all do the episodes for?
Hour and a half.
About an hour and a half.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna get back in here and make sure this boy not about to have his aquarium all over the floor.
All right.
Yeah, please do that. Yeah, make sure
But I'm
he's
gonna
good.
sign in next time. Let me know the next time y'all doing this.
Every Wednesday.
All right, brother.
I got you,
All
Jay.
right.
I got you,
All right,
bro.
guys. I'll talk to you. It was a pleasure meeting everybody.
Pleasure meeting you too, man.
All right, you have a good
Namesake.
evening.
I'll give you a call, Jay.
All right.
All right.
Oh,
Lady Shine
can I-
in the building.
can I say one thing before we go into it again?
Okay.
For this show to be so poignant and so meaningful to so many people, why did it never even get nominated for an Emmy? It never got nominated for an Emmy. Nobody on the cast won an Emmy except for Florida won an Emmy. Why can't I say Emmy tonight?
Emmy.
Emmy. Actually, Esther Rolle won an Emmy for a different role, and Jeanette Dubois won an Emmy for a different role. But nobody, the show wasn't even nominated for an Emmy at all.
I'm gonna bring Miss Denise up, everybody. So y'all already know it might be an echo. So I want to give her the floor so I can hear what she thinks about what that young man had to say. So Miss Denise, the floor is yours.
First of all, that young man is probably not old enough to have watched Good Times when it was on. He may have seen some reruns, but he has no idea of what it was like to live in Chicago in the late 60s, early 70s. And Florida, first of all, when Florida told James to give back that money, it was because it was stolen money. And she didn't want him to get locked up, possession of stolen money. Now, how is she a bad mother? And she always helped JJ. She always helped Michael. She did everything she could possibly do for her children, for her family. And that young man, somebody paid him. And I think it's AI, because no self-respecting Black person would say that shit. Because just because she didn't do as much as Julia and Jackée Harry, there was no coonery or buffoonery except for JJ. JJ was the worst person on that show. And even then that was who he was. You know? So he needs to take several seats. He could probably fit them too.
I like you, Denise.
Dumbass.
Everybody, Denise is from New York, and he needs a
No
big
kidding.
kiss of shut the fuck up.
Right, that's right.
Like that accent is not prevalent. We can hear the accent. But this is the whole idea. We love and cherish everybody's net where they're from and everything. So no shade there at all. But what I'm saying is that show was a hold me down show. They never prospered until they were ending the show. And to them and to white people, it was like, well, Black people can't do anything but live in the ghetto. That's all they saw. They got to be happy where they are. And that's what that show depicted. You can't go anywhere. You have to be happy where you are. And that's not what we saw when we looked at what was the show? All in the Family.
All in the Family. Yeah. Well, that's true. Yeah. Well, let me bring Miss Denise back up.
Yeah, all in the family. Led us to George Jefferson, and George Jefferson telling that honky about himself, and then George getting in a position where he could grow his business to the point where he didn't have to live next to him. He could live up in the sky in a condo with his wife because his business prospered.
And his wife supported him.
And the whole idea is that the Black experience happens on a lot of different levels, and Good Times. You know what I would like to see, and then I'm going to let you go, Denise. I would like to see a show like Good Times depicted like they did Bel Air.
Okay. Yeah.
then we could see the reality of Black life in the projects and the people in the projects. There are two different types of people that live in the projects. Those who have that generational longevity in the projects, and those who say, I can't wait to get out this because I'm better than that.
And there, let me open up the floor for Miss Denise so she can, because she had that church finger.
First, it was written by Jewish white men.
Correct.
And if you ever look at, oh, excuse me, it's my daughter.
Hey, Cameron.
How you doing? How you doing?
It's Cameron. Guess who that is?
What's up, Cameron?
Hi.
How are you?
Hi. Hi. So anyway, the second thing is, okay, I'll talk to you later. I'll talk to you later. Get out.
Stop breathing old folks' breath.
She just right. I love you. She said, why would I want to do that? Now go.
Oh my gosh, that is the
Yes,
new
that's my child. She got it
the
from
new
me.
generation.
Yeah. But Florida Evans actually fought to have a husband on the show.
Yeah, I
They were
remember
gonna
that.
just do her as a single parent. And
Yeah.
she said, no. You can put us in the ghetto, but if you're going to put us in the ghetto, you better give me a strong Black father.
And then
Because
they took his
Yep.
energy, they took his power away on that show.
Who, James?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Florida was the head of that show.
He left. Oh.
Yeah.
He left
Yeah,
because
I'm sorry.
you can curse. We fucking curse all the time.
Oh, you say all kinds of shit on here.
But, the whole
You can
idea
let it fly.
left the show because he felt like this wasn't a depiction of a strong Black man.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me get-
Because what happened is they go ahead, Dave.
I said now we get into the politics, production, and everything, and we just need to know who the worst villain.
Right.
She was.
It was
technically-
Janice.
She wasn't as bad.
No.
Ace, you got to pick one of them.
He is not going to let.
Yeah, that damn popcorn is not. It's over.
I got a corner.
So now you got popcorn.
I really do.
Well, women, we have not heard from my man Vicissitude just yet. Brother, in your opinion, which one of these three ladies were the worst?
Who again?
We're talking about Jenny from Forrest Gump. We're talking about Adrian from Rocky, and we're talking about Florida Evans from Good Time.
Shit.
Right.
Tough decision. They some bad bitches there, ain't they? That's a joke, Denise. I saw your face. We do not call women bees. Those are characters.
No, I call bitches bitches.
Yeah, because if you're a male bitch, you're a bitch. So.
I'm gonna say it's close, but I gotta go with Jenny.
With the rocket. So Miss Denise done picked Jenny. I'm damn sure picking Jenny. You pick Jenny. Seems like Jay picked Jenny and JB picked Jenny. Base, you're the last of the Mohicans. Hopefully that popcorn is over there. you can give us.
Basically eating the popcorn as long as the Forrest Gump movie has been on. Like,
hey Jay, I mean, hey Base. Can I ask you something? Did you want to date Jenny? Ah,
damn it.
Is this
JB, she wouldn't have left me, dog. But once you go black, you never come back.
Go back.
And,
That shit didn't come out right.
I call
you know what you said. Once you go black, you never go back.
Yeah, that didn't come out right.
Well, here's the thing, Bass. Once you go white, you're never quite right.
That is, hold on. That is not true, sir. Don't fucking spew that Caucasity shit. Okay.
Oh shit.
Don't do that.
Hey, look here, man.
Not all snow bunnies are bad.
Oh no. Here's the thing. In my opinion, I don't think any snow bunny is bad. But if you call them the snow bunnies, you done already gave them the horrible name. These are called white women. They're called white women.
You ever see the Hostess pack of snowballs? You know, the big round ball.
I don't like coconut.
Pink and
That's
white.
fine. I just want you to visualize that. That's a snow bunny's ass. That's all.
Not at all. Not at all. That's not.
Grab that shit.
No,
It's
this is the snow bunny's ass.
No,
That's
it
the
is
snow
not.
bunny's ass right there.
You've been with stick figures, sir. That is a skeleton.
First of all, I've never been with a snow bunny.
Well, you've seen sticks.
This is the snow bunny's
Okay.
ass. I've seen them twerk, and I've seen them twerk. It look like they're starting a forest fire.
Hey, Grizz. And
What's up,
that,
bro?
what you chose was too much ass.
Well, where have you been seeing these people? What the hell? I need to see this for myself.
Miley Cyrus.
Oh, see, that's
That
not an ass. That's a meth addict recovering.
That's some shit out of Jurassic Park.
That's a buttocks.
That's John's favorite girl.
No, that's actually a disease. No, fellas, that's actually a disease. Y'all got to stop talking about Miley like that. She has a disease. She has Nasatol.
Yeah, no ass at all.
There it
Yeah,
is,
exactly.
right there.
Hey, Grizz.
Yep.
Hey, Grizz.
What's up?
I've seen bones with more ass.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
But
That's
but
not
the
a
thing-
snow bunny. That's Skeletor. Okay.
But you know what? The thing is, it base you, my brother. You on the fence. You got to pick one of them three ladies. There's only three of them up there. Yeah. Here's that popcorn again. That motherfucker.
Oh
Shake.
my goodness.
He gonna be eating them black ass kernels at the bottom.
Man, he re-cooking them ones.
Hey, JB. Hey, JB. And it's gonna take the rest of my teethuses.
How are you still pulling popcorn out that bitch?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Oh shit.
Like I said, he had a whole he had that cancer for Forrest Gump.
5 loaves barrel of popcorns. Every time he reach in there, he pull out a nugget.
Are you trying to say it's Narnia in there?
Yeah.
Well, it look like Miss Denise might be gone, so I want to thank her for popcorn.
What did my man say? Keep hope alive.
That's the popcorn.
That's a popcorn. Well, look, before we go any further, I want to thank Miss Denise. Oh, there she is. There she is. Miss Denise has returned. She has come back for the tomfoolery.
Yeah, she paused for a fucking commercial.
Shut up, man. Shut up.
But we trying to make a choice. And the only thing
Just
he's
say
choosing to do
Adrian,
is pop that damn popcorn.
You're not picking Jenny because you want to date her. You're not picking Florida. So just
That
pick
was
Adrian.
a fine bald head heifer.
I don't know about that, but all right.
Stupid.
You always gotta do too much.
I'm gonna get rid of one of the white women.
So Adrian.
No.
Adrian just was scared into love not being a good woman.
Yeah, but my thing is,
Adrian's very fucking toxic. Fuck that.
how
He
dare you
is,
tell a
but she
man?
was
How dare you
scared.
tell a man that he can't win as you stand at the top
You
of the
can't
mansion that he
win.
purchased from winning. The mansion that
Don't
he
get me
purchased
started again.
from
Don't
winning.
get me started on it.
Like I said,
Okay.
you got a goddamn robot in the kitchen from him winning.
Yeah.
But he can't
Right.
win.
So at what point was she ever
And don't forget the gaze on the top of the museum steps when she was looking at Clubber. She was staring into that man's soul. She was thinking about it for a second there. Like I said before, Rocky was going to turn. He was about to turn Rocky into a cuck. You gonna watch this shit? Gonna be a real man, fool.
She put the church finger up.
Here go Miss Denise.
Adrian stuck with him through thick and thin, and she supported him when nobody else did.
When
Nobody wanted her.
It's not about who wanted her. It's about
Slim Pickens.
well, who he wanted her.
They both were
That
stupid.
was
I love you.
well.
I love you.
They might be stupid. They might be stupid, but Rocky is a sentient being. He can think for himself. He can take care of himself. Forrest Gump, while he did the unbelievable because of his intellectual disability, he was taken advantage of in a very, very cruel and inhuman way. With Adrian and Rocky, neither one of them, Rocky was way more abusive to Adrian than Adrian was to him. And if you watch that whole series of movies, you'll see that. And she stood by him each and every time.
I need to watch this again because the only
She
time I've
doubted
ever,
him. I don't know if she didn't support him.
Yeah.
She doubted
she
his
doubted-
ability.
She doubted him every step of the way.
No, she didn't.
But she was.
When did you? How old are you? How old are you?
Yo, you're not gonna win.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, let me play this part real quick. I'm gonna play that one more time.
Go for
Just
it.
so we can get an understanding.
You can't go with what you are. Have you read the papers? Do you know what everybody says? It's suicide. You've seen him. You know how strong he is. You can't win.
Defect to Russia.
Got me fucked up.
She was afraid for him.
Hey, Bass. Let me say this real quick. Just mute your mic real quick. So you say that to him after several fights that he won. Hold on, Bass. Don't shake. You got to hear it out first.
Yes, sir.
He
Yes,
has
sir.
won several fights at this point. And I'm talking about he's now also beaten Clubber Lang. So remember, this is after Clubber Lang. So he's beaten Apollo Creed, who was supposed to be the best. He's beaten Clubber Lang. He's beaten several fighters all the way to get to the mansion that you're standing at the top of, telling him he can't win. He has done nothing but win. But you're telling him right now, you can't win. When have you ever said to him, baby, you got this? You're the best in the world.
Never. Only on her deathbed in Rocky 2, because she needed them hospital bills paid.
So you being evil, bro.
Let me tell you one damn thing. That woman stuck by Rocky, and every man needs a good woman to tell him, okay, baby, I know you've been the best, but it's time for us to step back and do a different journey, because the physical toll on that man was horrible.
You know what?
Horrible.
I have to say this. Had she said it that way, oh shit, I'd have been like, you know what, baby? You might be right.
That's
But to just yell, you can't win.
That was, I mean, if you take it out of context,
That ain't out of context. She straight said you ain't going to win.
she said it, but what did she say before it? And what did she say after it?
How many
You
times-
have to watch the movie in the moment.
Oh yeah.
She wasn't
Now,
believing.
Now I watched. Now of course I've seen all of them. I done seen them probably more times than I probably should have. But as far as when I watched the movie, and I watched Adrian I watched the whole movie. I watched everybody. Paulie's, he's a horrible bastard as well. And Rocky didn't really have any good people around him. Let's just call it what it is. Like the
Wow,
only
that
person
sounds
he
like
had
somebody
good
we
around
know.
him Oh shit, here you go. But he ain't had no good people around him. Even at the end, his son wasn't very good. I mean, if you think about it, Adrian, I will say this. She stuck by his side. Now that you cannot take away from her. She stuck by his side. She literally was with him till death do they part. So I can never ever take that away from her. But when you're a fighter, when you're in a sport, one of the biggest, one of the people that breathe life into you usually are your family or your spouse. Your spouse is also family. So had I been now here's the thing. I started my podcast out of the vision of a spouse or girlfriend or anything. But had I been with a person who was unsupportive, who didn't, as a matter of fact, I've told this story many times. I have been around women that have told me, you ain't never done journalism. How you gonna start a podcast? You ain't even got a computer. All you got is a cell phone. Me and my best friend started this podcast with 2 cell phones. Now I got a whole I'm monetized and everything. And this is without the belief of people who supposed to love me. This is a girlfriend that's supposed to love me, but she straight up told me. I've even had that same woman. This is why her ass ain't around now. Wait a minute.
Thank you, Mrs. Grizz.
You can't really spell that well. How you gonna write a book? You don't spell very well. I have 2 books now published. So for me, now as I move into this next portion and where I am now, because of how Mrs. Grizz is, this is why things have blown up. Because I have somebody in my corner that believes in me to the utmost, that is in my corner, that got my back, that breathes life into me. There was a time I told everybody on the last podcast, I was about to quit all of this. I wasn't getting the followers that I want. I wasn't getting the results that I want. I didn't want getting any of the thing I want. You know what she did? She sat with me. I put my head on her lap. She rubbed my head and said, "You're right there. You're right there. Don't even, yeah, she did all that." She said, "Don't you give up because you've done it too long and you're too good at this. You're right there." And had I not listened to her, I wouldn't have got to the point to where I monetize now, where people are reaching out to me for fragrances and all of this type of stuff and different things. So that's the result of having a supportive person. But I had to fight past and fight through the bad, well, I can't say bad people. I won't call them bad people. What I will say is people that did not have the support. They didn't have the ability to support me properly.
Ignorant folks.
They did not believe in me. They did not believe that I could do any of the stuff that I'm doing right now. So when I hear Adrian, and it's always just this woe is me, the world is coming down, Chicken Little, here comes the damn sky falling, when it ain't nothing but a damn a peanut kernel. And I'm sitting here watching that and I'm thinking like, damn, have you ever one time like really just supported? I understand you're there, but how many times have you had somebody that's there with you, but you still felt by yourself? Somebody sitting right in the room with you.
2 hands.
And you love them to death. But goddamn, if you don't feel the most lonely is when they walking in the room. Now, don't get me wrong. Rocky loved Adrian no matter about the horrible shit she said to him. Rocky loved Adrian. Now, don't get me wrong. Some of the horrible shit Rocky said to Adrian loved Rocky. But what I'll say is when you're going through a career that is dangerous like boxing, damn it, if you don't need the most supportive people in the world, because when you get out of that ring, we see how Rocky looked when he got out of the ring. He looked like he matched his name. Somebody rocked his damn face up real bad. And so when you come out of that, and when you about to go into that, you need to be feeling like, damn it, I can knock out thunder and I can chew on thunder and shit out lightning. And when you got somebody that don't support you, it's just like, well, damn, like, well, I got to go into that dark place by myself to do this by myself because I don't have the person that's going to believe that I can do this. And I think that when I watched Adrian, I never saw that in her. And like I said, it was written that way because that's not the person, the actual actress that did that. She's not that way. But the writer that wrote Adrian, who happens to be Sylvester Stallone, so he wrote her to be horrible. He wrote her to be by his side, but never support. Only support by standing there. Now it's a difference that you just standing there. Yeah, I could just stand here and the whole time looking at you like that shit ain't gonna work. That's that bullshit. You ain't gonna do it. But I'm standing there. I ain't left because the
You can do it.
No.
So let me get Miss Denise back up on the floor, everybody, because I would love to hear what Miss Denise has to say. Here we go.
I ain't got nothing to say.
Okay.
Everyone is entitled to their own opinion. And
Yes, ma'am.
I
Yes, ma'am.
agree to disagree.
Excellent.
And that's what's up. And I respect that. But even with all that being said, I still pick Jenny.
You got the biggest cheerleader without saying a word. Bass was nodding his head with every word that you said. So he's like, yep, I agree.
He's my baby.
Now that's the point.
That's what's
the
up.
point.
Yeah, see? Now that's what support looks like, Adrian. You see how Bass was shaking his head? It didn't have to say a goddamn word. Bass shook his head the whole time, ain't had to say a word. That's what support looked like, Adrian.
Yep.
Supportive.
Bass ain't one time tell you, Ms. Denise, you can't say that. He never said it. He not one time said it.
Right.
We know each other too well.
It
It wouldn't have worked no way.
Well,
If he told me what to do, he
That's
knows.
why it didn't work for Rocky.
Right. That's why I took
You
his
told
ass
him
to
he couldn't
Russia.
win. He wouldn't won. Every time. Good, Bass.
I succumb.
Who is
Oh
it?
Jesus.
It made it to my desk.
Who's the worst? Is it Jenny?
I'm gonna go with Florida.
Wow.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait. This is unprecedented. You pick Florida Evans?
You mind explaining?
Yeah, explain it.
I gotta give you the solo screen for this one, my brother. Hold on.
I think I would have accepted Florida much better if she had a wig on.
That's horrible, bro.
I feel that.
That's horrible.
I mean, they didn't have weaves back then, so
Yeah, they did.
they did,
No, they had straightening combs.
One all the time.
huh?
Miss Chandler. She was laid down fried to the side at all times. Not
And I
a-
think Ramona had a weave on. I think Ramona had a weave or a wig or something.
She sure did. You ain't gonna tell me them curls came out perfect every time. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Oh, Denise nods in agreement.
Them curls was perfect.
All the time. So they had them back then. Florida couldn't do it, bro. They was broke.
Yeah.
Right, she can afford
You
that.
couldn't get nothing dyed and fried and laid to the side.
Remember,
They
she
was
made,
broke as
she made
hell.
him get the money back.
Yeah.
You had your comic relief.
I give you that.
Yeah.
Make a real choice because it can't be because of her hair. Stop it.
Well, I love that accent.
Well, Adrian was attractive. Because you know men are visual, so Adrian was attractive. Jenna was attractive.
Who the hell was Adrian? I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro.
Florida.
Yeah, I'm with you, Grizz. Adrian, no.
Adrian was basically olive oil in my eyes. I thought she was like,
Big ass bitch. Before
Adrian had some sexy going on.
What?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe 60s version of sexy, maybe.
Well, that's what I'm going with.
Okay.
Not
Okay.
even that.
I think Bass likes Adrian just because she's very easy to control in his eyes.
No, she's easy
I
on
think
the eyes.
But she was
Oh,
cute.
she wasn't easy to control at all.
She
Because
was a
Rocky
solid
couldn't do
4.
it.
She was a Philadelphia 4.
I don't see it on there.
I don't know
She
what
was-
Philadelphia.
She was on she was on All My Children just before that movie came out. And so people loved her. People loved Talia Shire. I mean, I still remember her name.
Yeah.
I feel like she was an extra in one of the Bond movies. A Bond girl.
Well, Bass, this is who we talking about here, bro.
Oh, she was Connie Corleone.
Yeah, but she was. But she's sexy though.
She wasn't casted
You know what?
She was cute.
Yes, she
I
was,
give her
yes,
cute.
yeah.
From the only guy.
He
on
likes
the-
that innocence.
Well, from one of the only
That
guys.
looks
on it.
innocent. That looks innocent.
No, that looks
Janae,
dangerous, Chris.
Janae.
That looks
And then,
dangerous.
of course, then in all honesty, this right here, and here's the thing. And I picked these pictures because I didn't want to pick the worst pictures of them. I wanted to pick the most powerful looking picture. That was one of the best pictures I could find of Adrian. And I felt like that picture of Jenny showed her vulnerability. And I felt like this picture of Florida showed her strength. Not to be played with.
Say to me,
Not to be played with.
Yeah, but Florida wasn't too much on the eyes though. She just. I would wake up next to Florida. I would wake up next to Florida after having a couple of drinks, and I probably would scream.
Florida's a consolation prize.
I share my screen with you, Grizz.
That's fine.
Grizz, I just shared my screen.
Let me see what you got there. Bro.
That's
I gotta tell you.
Talia Shire.
See, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. There you go.
I
There
didn't
you
say she
go.
was sexy. She was cute.
Yeah, but she didn't look like that in Rocky.
No, she didn't. She was real
No.
homie in there.
Now show them what she looks like now.
Wait a minute, what was that? What?
That's
Oh,
not
she
fair.
passed up. She passed away, bro.
Yeah, she passed away.
Yeah, she passed away.
Oh, I didn't even know.
Close your eyes, and that's what she looks like.
Oh yeah,
Damn
she
it.
did. Yeah. Wait.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up.
She's still alive, guys.
Y'all horrible.
I thought so. They
No,
did.
Yeah, she's still alive, dude. She
Is
ain't
she?
dead. She's
Yes.
79.
Really?
Damn.
Yes.
You know what? I'm thinking because she got killed off on the damn Rocky movies that she actually died. That's fucked up. That's really fucked up, Sylvester Stallone. You use your ass for that.
She didn't want to come back. That was on her.
But you know what?
She didn't want to come back.
Even at 79, she's still fine.
Somebody share screen. Show this picture of the 79-year-old version, please.
Can you gotta send it to me, bro? Send it to me.
I'm looking.
We gonna put this one to the test as he takes himself off.
Wait a minute, hold on. Where's JB go?
Where did he go? He made a hit
Oh Lord, I
refresh.
think I gotta kick JB from the studio. I tried to
You
kick the
kicked
damn.
him out.
JB got to come back in. So we waiting for him to come back in.
Disrespectful. Let me see if I can look it up.
Yeah, but 79-year-old, bro. Here's the thing, bro, and I'm trying not to, but you know me. I'm gonna say what I say. A lot of them age like milk, so I don't think 79-year-old her looks good.
Well,
let me see.
Let me share my screen. Hold on. Let me
see.
present.
Now there are a few vampires over there. My bad, bro. That was on me.
Oh, I thought it was me.
So let's see. Wait a
There you
minute. She
go.
look pretty damn good for 79. Hold on.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying?
But
Wait a minute. Now she don't look bad for 79. I mean, she got that she got that typical she got that typical puppet mouth, you know, where is sagging around the jowls. But she don't look bad though.
No, she don't.
That
Still
may
not
mess
sexy.
up the velveteen rub.
Still not sexy though.
There you go.
Base, you thought that was sexy?
She look good for 79, bro.
She did for 79. I will give it to her. Yeah, I will give it to her. 79.
I share my screen again.
All right. Let me see where there you go.
Yeah, hope you get a close-up shot. Get all them wrinkles.
No, bro, she aged like milk, like I thought, just like milk.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is expired milk.
That last one was a glamour shot.
You like that one?
I mean, we all going to age, bro.
No.
And here's the funny
Don't
thing,
say
though.
that, base, because black don't crack, brother.
Here's the thing. Florida Evans looked the same way she did from when she started Good Times to when she passed. She looked the same way.
I got you.
The only thing she did was get her hair gray. Her face and her skin was still miraculous. She looked the same way, bro.
Yeah, but Florida Evans was fine before Good Times. Back in the day, she was fine.
No, the only person that looked the same way from beginning to end is Cicely Tyson. When she played Jane Pittman, I thought she was that old until I found out she was like 30 years younger. And I was like, wait.
Oh,
Now
so no,
you
that's
are 102.
because Cicely Tyson was fire. That's because Cicely Tyson was top of the line actress.
Yes.
She was the cream of the crop actress. So yeah, so
And-
Cicely
and-
Tyson
and-
can really make you think that she was,
Listen, I thought she was Jane Pittman in real life for the longest time. Like, this nigga's 102. Meanwhile,
And look, and don't get me started on Grace Jones.
No, don't do it.
Grace
Don't do
Jones is a whole nother level.
That's a whole.
I love her.
wait, pause. Didn't you want me to do
That
something looking
chocolate
like Grace
drop.
Jones?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Slave to the rhythm.
So,
Slave to
so
the
Bates,
rhythm.
you got to pick one, bro. One of them got to go. You picking Florida? You still going with Florida?
Yeah, I got to go with Florida. Yeah.
All right. So, Bates, you have, unfortunately, my friend, you have been outvoted because everybody else has voted for Miss Jenny. So I'm going to give her this right here. Miss Jenny from Forrest Gump. You are the worst cinematic villain in history, and your ass.
Don't worry, Janae. As soon as they go off the camera, I'll bring you back, baby.
This bitch. This.
You gotta go. Oh, get Mr.
You
Niche. Hold on.
gonna
Let's get out here.
reenact the scene?
Oh, you got to hit the unmute button, Mr. Niche. You muted it. You got to hit the mute button. There you go.
Why are you selecting her as the villain? Because of what she looks like. She wasn't supposed to be sexy, you weirdo. Why don't you make a real choice? Make a real choice.
Share my screen again.
Stop it.
That's Grace Jones today.
Yes.
See what I mean by the non-crackage of the blackage? There's non-crackage in the blackage.
There you go.
Yeah, but you can't compare Florida Evans to Grace Jones.
Well, we're not trying to.
No. But here's the thing about it is so now I'm not one of them people that's going to say that every single person that I've ever seen that's black is attractive. I'm not going to say that bullshit. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, that's a lie.
But what I will say is this: when there are certain men and certain women that have beautiful African features, I believe Florida Evans had those beautiful Afrocentric features that, in all honesty, made her classically beautiful. Now I'm not gonna sit up here and say she was unattractive. Now her personality, as far as Florida, horrible, but her look, no, I can't. Yeah, that's that shit. Her look, that's a beautiful black woman. That was a beautiful black woman.
She looks like a tomato.
All right, I tell you what.
Is that Grace Jones today?
Today, 74 years old.
I'm not gonna sit around here and listen to anybody talk bad about Florida Evans.
Okay. Jenny.
All right, we didn't already
because she hurt Forrest Gump, and I love me some fucking Forrest Gump.
Right. So
Sorry,
Jenny
Jenny,
has
you
officially been
go.
abolished. So as far as Jenny goes, we have to tell Jenny a couple of things. Miss Jenny, every time you decide to open your mouth,
shut the fuck up. Shut all the way the fuck up until you reach the top of Shut Fuck Mountain, where there are no more fuck ups to shut.
Mom.
and
You
just
saying
in
this
case,
to her grave?
and just in case she can't get that, and just in case she didn't understand that, we're gonna give it to her in the form of gospel.
God forgive me, but you know, sometimes I just want to tell they ass. You want to tell them, brother? If you don't shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up.
Share my screen again.
And come on, brother. That's beautiful black, man. That's beautiful black.
All right. Florida can get it. Okay. All right.
That is that
I
is
ain't say all
classic.
that. Cause she looks
Beautiful.
She looks a little bit like my mama. I got a
Yeah, she does have a mama look to her, But that's
I have
beautiful
a
black.
picture
Like Jerry's mother.
I have a picture of my mother above my desk in my office, and she has similar characteristics of my mom.
See,
That's
see,
crazy.
JB, if you had said that earlier, I would have held on to Florida.
Well, I didn't know until I pulled the picture up, brother.
And we looking like, oh shit.
We looked, and I was like, oh shit, she kind of resembles my mom a little bit.
She look so every old woman look like Esther Rowe because she like my grandmother too.
Jay, y'all should have spoken
Esther Rowe
earlier.
is quintessential black mother.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah. That's
All
what
right,
the black mama look like right there. But you know what?
All right,
I personally think.
Bye, Janae.
Bye, Jenny. But I personally think we had a hell of an episode tonight. So y'all already know what we about to do. We've been up on here for damn near 2 hours, so we got to get my man JB up here to let everybody know what he got going on every single Monday night. Mr. JB, can you please let them know?
And if you thought this was fun, every Monday night, 8:05, the Grown Man Click podcast with me, Scott T, Richie Rich, the Slut Gang CEO, and Van Gogh. We are here, and we start your week off right. Please check us out. You know, Grizz will be there. Bass drops in. We have, of course, the lovely Jay Nicole as our female voice of reason that comes in, and all of the wonderful people in our peanut gallery that comes in and give comments and just makes the show even better. That's the Grown Man Click podcast, 8:05 every Monday night. Thanks, Grizz. Love you.
Of course. And but we're not gonna bring the screen down just yet because Miss J. Nicole, people got some ashy asses out there. We need you to let them know where they can get the body butter.
And look, you waited too long because I'm sold out of scripts, and then you gotta wait.
Wow.
Then you just gotta wait.
She sold out, and I got the last two, and y'all can't have them.
Wait, you wanted butters?
Oh yeah, I got the butters. Yeah, I got the butters. Right,
Don't play
right.
me
Can't
like
get
that.
no-
Don't play me
No, we
like
got
that.
the butters. We got the
The
butters.
scrubs are sold out. I still have
Okay.
butters. I still have shower gel, so you can get that for right now. But the scrubs, baby, I'm sorry, you gotta wait. You took too long. Sold out. Come see me
All
at
right.
J.O on Instagram for all your luxurious body butter needs, or you know, you can buy one for yourself or your little boo thing, or you can just be real fanciful with it and just buy our new bundle that comes with a scrub once they come restocked, a butter, a shower gel, and a complimentary air freshener. Come see me at J.Amore.
Yeah, and guess what? We
That
have
shit
the
sounds good.
we also have the Midnight Disruption podcast that's going to be coming out with Mr. Vicissitude. I finally got it right this time. God damn it! I didn't say Max.
That's
Me.
Yep. So every Tuesday night, 11:59 p.m., we do the Midnight Disruption everywhere you get podcasts. Also, next issue of Vicissitude magazine coming out very soon, and we already know who's going to be on the cover.
Me.
No, not you, Bees.
Me.
Joe.
Oh my goodness.
It'll be me.
Joe Mama.
The sophisticated Grizzly himself.
That would be me. That's right.
Okay.
I'm actually I'm a damn cover girl. Ain't that some shit?
Oh
my
God.
Love.
Well, thank you so much, Jay. I'm trying to catch up to you, but it ain't happening. But Miss Denise, I would like to ask you, do you have any parting words of wisdom for the people? Because some people might be upset that Jenny lost, that Jenny is abolished. So can you please let them know what you feel about it, and maybe ease their pain a little bit?
No can do.
And there you go.
No can do. If they're in their feelings because we chose Jen A, they can suck it up and drive on. Military baby. So, hurt feelings are hurt feelings. They're valid, but they're hurt feelings, and you can take them like 2 seats over there. And have your little feeling pity party over there.
Talk dirty to me, baby.
What's up, bro? What's up? What's up?
One last time.
All right, so I think we'll put up here, bro. Oh,
Ow.
Oh
That's-
shit.
that's the picture that Mr. Vicissitude and JB are putting out there for the magazine that's coming out, Vicissitude magazine. That is your boy, Mr.
Well,
Grizz. Yeah.
They're not going to be in the magazine because we got better ones. That's the one that we just wanted people to get a teaser of.
Okay.
What's up? I appreciate it.
Can't go
man.
wrong with a stogie. I like the look, bro.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. You know,
It all
trying
works.
to keep that, you know, keep that sophisticated grizzly thing going on. You know what I mean? And brother Bass, you, my friend, I already know you have words of wisdom. I know you've been traumatized all night because that damn popcorn caught hell. So can you please give people some parting words of wisdom, my brother?
I ain't got the screen.
Oh, you need the screen? Oh, Bass
need
needs
the screen, bro.
There it is.
All right.
There it is. That man went diva on him.
Once you go black, you'll always come back. I'm done.
Okay. But remember, once you go white, you ain't quite right. I'm just saying. But anyway,
once you go white, you don't be put into the night.
Oh my God.
But anyway, everybody, I want to thank you guys for coming to the Sophisticated Grizzly podcast. We appreciate it. And love everybody that came in. We want to thank Miss Denise. You were honestly, you were one of the best new guests that we've had in a long time. We truly appreciate you. We hope that you come back, and Bass is going to say some more shit that's going to drive you crazy, and you're going to have to come back on us because we kind of need you to keep to regulate my man.
Did he tell you who I am?
No,
I want you to do it.
I am his ex-wife.
Oh, hi. Okay.
Hi.
Well, hello.
But
there.
I love this man. I love this man. Love. And I saw him today and I was speechless. And that doesn't usually happen.
He's over there.
Wait a minute, Bass. Hold up. Wait a minute, Bass. Wait a minute. Your cheeks red than a motherfucker. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hello? Cheeks, bro.
Wait a minute, I got a phone call. Hold on a minute.
I honestly, believe it or not, I didn't know your cheeks could get red, my brother. But they red as hell now.
Popcorn bucket.
But you know what, everybody? This was a great one. I appreciate everybody that came in. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to the content because it helps this channel to grow. And we have grown exponentially. We are almost at 1,600 followers. So, hey, we rolling. We doing our thing over here. And y'all already know I'm about to start talking about these fragrances again. So just get prepared. If anybody out there is smelling bad, I'm going to make sure I teach you how to smell good. And if you like what we had to say, we love and appreciate it. If you don't like what we had to say, you got a problem with what we had to say, you got some shit that you want to say about what we had to say,
Can I say it?
all we want to say to you is shut your mouth. Shut your black ass mouth. We don't care. Have a good night. Miss Denise, please stick around for the after party. Here we go.
Sophisticated grizzly, mostly passion, caution, dedication, caution, fragrance, summer leader, Porsche, DOS Teddy, it's time, Porsche, DOS Teddy, Grizzly, sex appealed it, caution, passion, caution, dedication.